From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Wednesday morning. We have a lot of active weather to talk about. Patchy freezing fog once again for this morning, and it's going to be a little bit less prevalent for tomorrow morning. The chance of freezing rain once again for Thursday and Friday mornings, and then it is going to be quite gusty for Friday and Friday night. Also, there's going to be a potential for flooding up in the Cascades from Thursday through Wednesday, and a big time warm up as we head into this weekend. So lots of things moving and shaking in the atmosphere. Okay. Fog is thick this morning in portions of the Kittitas Valley from Manastash Ridge, portions of the lower Columbia Basin, but especially thick in the Blue Foothills. So that I-84 commute, Oregon 11, Washington 125, seeing some very dense freezing fog this morning. Please take it slow on the roadways. And that would be a lot of freezing fog, as a lot of our temperatures are below freezing for this morning. But we're thinking the bulk of the fog should lift around midday, and after that, it's going to be another chilly day out there. But again, more freezing fog could come back for tomorrow morning, and that chance of freezing rain that we'll talk about coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, a school district still at a standstill this morning. And straight ahead, we'll tell you what's keeping Moses Lake classrooms closed and what both sides are saying as negotiations continue. Plus, police in Pasco are hoping someone recognizes a man found near the river last year. Coming up, we'll break down the details investigators are releasing this morning. And looking back on Giving Tuesday, one local nonprofit says community support is more critical now than ever. Coming up, how you can keep your donations local. It's all coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott. Jessica, how's the morning off? We want to begin this morning following up on the school closure in Moses Lake. Classes in the Moses Lake School District canceled again for at least one more day, all as educators plan to stay on strike again this morning. The school district says it is currently reviewing a proposal from the Educators Association that came in just yesterday afternoon. Educators say they want their current contract to remain, including keeping professional development opportunities. The district, though, saying it can't do that, and it's offering educators an inflation-adjusted raise during the 26-27 school year instead. Negotiations are continuing daily. The district says school will be able to restart once an agreement is reached. Again, no school again today for Moses Lake. 5:02 now, moving to a crime alert out of Pasco, where police are asking for help identifying a man who was found dead last year. His body discovered on September 24th, 2023 along the Columbia River near Schlegel Park. Now, no signs of trauma were found, but detectives do say that he had a cervical fixation implant in his neck. He's described as about 5'7", 150 pounds, with a reddish gray beard and short brown hair. He's believed to be in his 30s or 40s. Take a look. That's who they're trying to identify. If anyone recognizes him or has any information on who this might be, you're asked to contact Pasco Police. Now this morning, Tri-City leaders say a stretch of Highway 395 just north of Pasco has become a crisis point after 10 people have been killed in that area in recent crashes. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen rode along with Washington State Patrol to see what's fueling the danger and just how troopers are trying to keep a really close eye on things.
A deadly stretch of 395 north of Pasco has claimed 10 lives. And the Washington State Patrol says the danger is only growing. The intersections at Crestlock, Vineyard, Foster Wells, and Sagemore have become hot spots for fatal crashes, often when drivers try to cross into 70-mile-an-hour traffic. Troopers say a mix of semis, passenger cars, and slow-moving ag equipment creates major speed differences, one of the biggest factors in deadly collisions.
Some of the issues we're seeing here on this particular stretch of 395 are driver inattention, distracted driving, drivers failing to yield the right-of-way.
During our ride-along, as Trooper Mosqueda was demonstrating how to use the median, a driver cut across traffic, nearly causing a crash and hitting us. Mosqueda turned it into a teaching moment, stopping the driver to explain how the median acceleration lane works.
If we weren't paying attention, we would have crashed into his car because it looked like he was going to come across Vineyard. So He knows there's an acceleration lane now.
Franklin County commissioners are now calling on state and federal leaders for more patrols, a full traffic engineering review, and funding for safety upgrades. For Trooper Mosqueda, each of these 10 deaths is personal.
We understand that behind every number there's a person, there's a family, there's people that will not be seen by their family anymore. So we do take it serious, and that's part of the reason why we want to continue to educate our drivers.
He says it never gets easier to respond to a fatal crash, and until big changes happen, the only immediate fix is driver behavior and patience on the busy corridor. Troopers tell me they can't be everywhere on this highway, but these crashes are preventable, and the community can't afford to have another one of these. Reporting in Pasco, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, commissioners say that they are planning a workshop to figure out which improvements can be funded locally and which will require state and federal support. They say making changes to Highway 395 is no longer optional, it is urgent. 5:06 and making a difference. Yesterday, local nonprofits celebrated Giving Tuesday, a day set aside to support nonprofits making a difference right here in our communities. Now, this morning, United Way of Benton and Franklin counties says donations right now are critical as local needs continue to grow. United Way connects with donors and shares how contributions help fund programs like early childhood education, food security, and housing support. The organization says every dollar stays local, and even small gifts can have a big impact heading into the new year.
When you help a neighbor, you help the community. So whether it's giving your time and volunteering, or giving your knowledge and helping a nonprofit with their board work or some of the activities they have, or lending your resources with money or in-kind contributions. There are many different ways that you can support local nonprofits.
So donations, of course, help keep those services running and allow United Way to support partner nonprofits across both counties. Dr. Loan Ayers, the CEO, says they are also focusing on long-term investments like early learning and financial stability programs. And if you want to help out, we have a link up on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com, where you can donate. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. License plate cameras are solving crimes, but a new report says your data may be going farther than you think. Coming up, we're breaking down the surprising findings as Apple Valley News Now investigates. And giving you a live look outside this morning from our Dust Devils camera in Pasco. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth is going to have a look at your first alert forecast and the possibility of some freezing fog as you head out the door this morning. It's all coming up after the break.
T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Did your laundry set finally give up? Fred's has you covered. Don't trust just anyone. Call your local appliance experts at Fred's Appliance. We have truckload savings on all Whirlpool appliances. From dishwashers to refrigerators and ovens, upgrade your home today. Right now, save $300 on this top-load washer and dryer. We have in-stock, get-it-today inventory so you can get your laundry game back on track. We're local, like you.
You're invited to our Christmas light show.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Much to the delight of our customers, John Gray now brings you Gray's Pizza and Bar, your new favorite spot in Grandview for great foods and good times. Busy day? No worries. Call ahead and order your favorite pizza to go. Quick, easy pickup, slices, salads, and soft drinks. Lunch made simple with our Monday to Friday quick lunch special. Students get $1 off every pizza slice, and school staff enjoy 10% off their orders Monday through Friday until 4 p.m. Gray's Pizza and Bar. Great deals, great eats right here in Grandview. Come see us today.
T-Mobile and U.S. Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
A new Shifting Gears is ready to roll.
You need to retake your driving exam.
What? But he may be stuck in park.
You failed.
I failed?
You flipped off a crossing guard.
We have beef. New Shifting Gears, tonight on ABC.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. For the umpteenth morning in a row, we have the potential for freezing fog. Could come back for tomorrow morning as well, but it's going to be a little bit more convoluted as we have more active weather. We have fronts that are moving in, and that always throws a wrench into the fog forecast. So for this morning, we're thinking in most spots the fog should probably lift around midday, pretty close to lunchtime. And then for tonight, could come back to the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. Also, it could come back to the Blue Foothills of Walla Walla County quite early, after 6 p.m. is what model consensus says. And then for tomorrow, with that warm front sliding in from the south, it looks like the best opportunity for fog is going to be in the foothills, but we'll also see what ends up happening in the Kittitas Valley. I always have to caveat this with fog is one of the most difficult weather phenomenon to forecast for. Okay, forecast highs for today going to be into the 30s and 40s for lower elevations. Overnight lows down into the 20s and 30s, and high temperatures are going to pivot. They are going to be much warmer with that warm front passing later in the week, and you can see that big jump up in temperatures, about 10 degrees warmer from Thursday to Friday, about 15 degrees warmer from Thursday to Saturday, and we could touch 60 degrees in the Tri-Cities by next Tuesday, which would put us at about 15 degrees warmer than normal. And that warm front pass is going to create some gusty conditions in our region for Friday and Friday night. We could have gusts anywhere between 20 to 45 miles per hour. For now, it looks like the strongest wind gust is going to be in Pendleton and Walla Walla. But we are just scratching the surface. We have a chance of freezing rain for the next couple of mornings. I'll time that out with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. 12 minutes after 5. Turning now to an Apple Valley News Now investigation. Flock license plate cameras are raising some new questions about privacy and immigration enforcement right here in Washington. A new report says data from local police cameras was accessed thousands of times by federal agents. And now this morning, Apple Valley News Now's William Albert looks into how the technology works and what it means for drivers in part 2 of his special report, the Flock camera debate.
Flock cameras are those small solar-powered license plate readers you see popping up on poles and intersections all over our state. Police say they help solve crimes faster, but a new study from the University of Washington says some of that data has been quietly searched by federal immigration agencies and even in places that never meant to share it. Flock safety cameras snap photos of every car that passes. The system uses AI to read license plates, log the make and color of the vehicle, even details like roof racks or bumper stickers. Officers can set up hot lists, so if a stolen car or Amber Alert vehicle or a suspect's car drives by, they get an instant alert. But a new report from the University of Washington Center for Human Rights, released October 21st, says that same data was also searched thousands of times by U.S. Border Patrol and other federal users this year. The study found at least 8 agencies, including Benton County Sheriff's Office, the police in Richland, Sunnyside, Wenatchee, Yakima, Arlington, Auburn, and Lakewood had directly shared their Flock networks with Border Patrol at one point. But it didn't stop there. Audits show Border Patrol also accessed data from at least 10 other departments that never enabled direct sharing, including Black Diamond, Centralia, Chehalis, East Wenatchee, Eatonville, Ellensburg, and Grandview, and many others. The study shows Border Patrol searched the Washington Flock networks between May and August, with some searches hitting thousands of networks and tens of thousands of cameras at once. Researchers say they reopened their work after national reporting revealed possible misuse.
Weren't covered in our previous research, so we decided to revisit the topic with a focus on flock safety, in particular in response to reporting from other parts of the country earlier this year, which raised concerns about possible access to flock camera systems by federal immigration enforcement agencies.
The report breaks federal access into 3 categories: front door sharing, when a local agency knowingly enables one-to-one sharing with Border Patrol; backdoor access, when audits show federal searches even through sharing was never explicitly turned on; and side door searches, when local officers use their own accounts to run searches on behalf of immigration agents. Local law enforcement, including Yakima's police chief, say they don't work with federal immigration agencies, and that flock cameras help solve serious crimes.
We had robbery at gunpoint. The use of flock was critical in helping identify a suspect who kidnapped and sexually abused a child. And I remember that case, and without that, we probably would have been very hard to be able to hold the person accountable.
One example from the report, in May, a Yakima County Sheriff's Office user ran 2 flock searches with the reason listed as ICE. The study says those searches were applied to 89 different networks, meaning dozens of other departments' data was swept in even if never agreed to. For community members like Toppenish City Councilman Ezekiel Morfin, that lack of oversight is exactly the concern he raised in a recent city council meeting.
Clearly, there's a lack of oversight with this flock system. It's being abused and it's being misused.
Oregon Senator Ron Wyden, a longtime privacy advocate, says Flock's public statements don't match what the audits reveal. He says some local agencies were told federal immigration users couldn't access their data, only to later learn Border Patrol had been searching their networks nationwide.
The company then says, our privacy rules are the toughest and the strongest, and you can't penetrate them and the like, and those claims that have been made by the company are essentially worthless.
Wyden says his office has documents showing departments in Oregon and elsewhere were assumed their data wouldn't be shared with DHS.
They weren't sharing their data with DHS when it was intentionally giving these federal agencies access to their cameras nationwide.
Privacy advocates emphasize this isn't just an immigration issue. By tracking where you drive every day, these systems can reveal sensitive information about your life. That's why researchers at the University of Washington are calling for limits on how long license plate data can be stored, restrictions on sharing out of state or with federal immigration agencies, public transparency portals and regular audits, and clean state laws spelling out when and how these cameras can be used. Neff says those rules don't currently exist in Washington.
License plate readers are currently entirely unregulated in Washington state. And although we have a state law, Keep Washington Working, which restricts certain kinds of collaboration between local law enforcement and federal immigration enforcement agencies, that doesn't explicitly cover a lot of these kinds of data sharing.
Until state law catches up with technology, researchers say neither local police nor the public can fully control how or by whom this information is used. In Kennewick, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
Now, the report says that some local agencies were told federal immigration users could not access their data, only to find out later that Border Patrol had been able to search networks nationwide. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, checking back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth, going to break down your forecast as we make our way through this week. Giving you a live look outside from our Dust Levels camera in Pasco, your full First Alert forecast after the break.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
It's like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house. Hitting the slopes in a Built Wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
Toyotathon is on. Discover holiday magic with a new Toyota. Take a 4Runner skiing.
Wow.
Sick. Pick out the perfect tree with the Tacoma.
Bingo.
Or find the best sledding spot with a Grand Highlander.
Whoa.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon. Oh, Santa got my letter.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
Toyotathon is on.
Toyota, let's go places.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I win. Are we there yet?
Soon.
What about now? Hey, Dad!
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel protected, with coverage that moves with you, you're free to enjoy your dreams.
Isn't this the dream, Grandpa?
Bundle life and save up to 43% on home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Apple Valley News Now's Christmas Wish wants to help local families this holiday season.
Do you know someone who needs a bill paid or something else they can't afford?
If so, let us know, and maybe we can help.
And we hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's always a good time to get
get excited about Dust Devils baseball. Introducing the Dust Devils Season Pass. Enjoy access to general admission tickets for all 66 regular season home games. Whether you're a solo spectator or bringing the whole family, we've got you covered. For a limited time, grab the single pass for just $99 or the family pass for $149. Purchase your pass now by visiting DustDevilsBaseball.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Dust Devils Baseball, a Tri-Cities tradition for 25 years.
During this special season, trust Apple Valley News Now and ABC for an awesome lineup of magical holiday shows with favorites from Disney plus more. It's all proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
It's like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house. Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. There is that chance of freezing rain over the next couple mornings, not for this morning, but for Thursday and Friday morning for some of our lower elevation locations. So first, the culprit is this. You see this big snaking temperature boundary. It's a cold front, it's a warm front, there's a low pressure center attached to that. That's going to get closer and closer to our region, and eventually it is going to move and shake a lot of things in the atmosphere. So let's go ahead and talk about how it all goes down. This is 10 p.m. this evening with Futurecast still dry, but you see now this is 4 a.m. Some of that rain starting to creep into the valleys, and I have a feeling it's not just going to be rain. Now, Futurecast isn't necessarily being as aggressive with the freezing rain forecast as I am. That's just a difference of opinion. But by 8 a.m. starting to come into the lower Columbia Basin and the Blue Foothills, chances for freezing rain there as well. You see the snowfall looks like it's going to be fairly limited up in the mountains, at least at pass level. Lunchtime for tomorrow still looking pretty wet. Maybe getting a bit of an evening lull, but that is going to end as we head into the wee hours of the morning for Friday. And then we have a lot more active weather to go after that. So here are some of the precip chances we're thinking kind of semi-hourly in the Tri-Cities. Looks like the best chance of freezing rain is going to be around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. After that, it should just be a cold rain, but that's when rain chances go way up midday for tomorrow, looking pretty wet. You can see hour by hour precip chances, rain, snow, freezing rain, the whole shebang by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Here are some of the ice totals we're anticipating from 4 a.m. on Thursday to 8 in the morning on Friday. Maybe just a little glaze in the Yakima Valley, maybe a little bit more for Interstate 90, but definitely you'll have to take it slow on the roadways for Thursday morning and for Friday morning. Looks like snowfall totals are going to be pretty minimal from this round, but we have much more wet weather to go after this, and it's looking like the Cascades are going to get blasted with water. Now, this is a preliminary forecast. It's subject to change, but from 4 a.m. on Thursday to 4 a.m. on Wednesday, we could have 6 to 8 inches of rainfall in the Cascades. So around locally smaller streams around fresh burn scars, that's where we'll have that potential for flooding. Very active forecast in the Tri-Cities is going to be into the mid-50s as soon as Friday, Saturday. In Yakima, the chances for freezing rain over the next couple mornings. In Ellensburg, also that potential for freezing rain Thursday and Friday morning. Then for Hermiston, quite windy for Friday. We'll talk about that again in the next half hour. And then for Walla Walla, freezing fog for this morning, maybe some freezing rain for tomorrow morning, and then staying pretty wet after that.
All right. Sounds cold. I mean, it's getting warmer, but all the freezing rain and fog and all of that, it makes it feel cold.
Yeah,
Yucky.
and the weather story aspect of it is just like all over the place. One morning we got fog, then we got freezing rain, flooding up in the Cascades, winds. Everything, maybe the kitchen sink too.
Good job, security, for you.
Thank you.
All right, so much ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, from a fan favorite series hitting the big screen to big names topping year-end music lists and even some new faces headed to Disney. Coming up after the break, we're taking a look at what's buzzing in Hollywood. It's all coming up in your entertainment headlines.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
We're forging the future of the city of Pasco, and we need your voice. The city is updating our comprehensive plan, which covers everything from housing and transportation to utilities and parks. This document showcases the vision of what we want Pasco to be in 2046 and beyond. Tell us about the type of businesses you'd like to see, the types of parks you'd like to visit, and the type of neighborhood you want to live in. Scan the QR code on your screen or visit pasco-wa.gov/comp plan and become part of the future.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox this week. Pepsi brand bottled 6-packs are 2 for $8. Hickory Farms meat and cheese stick snacks are $4.99. 10-ounce Brown and Haley Rokas are also $4.99. Plus save in the bonus zone. Friskies 48-count canned cat food is just $31.99. 20 pounds of Audubon Park Songbird food is $10.99. Saving you more on everyday essentials and holiday favorites with the best employee-owned customer service only at Bi-Mart.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
From our family to yours, happy holidays.
Welcome back, 527. It's been a busy week in the world of entertainment with new releases, year-end rankings, and even a few big announcements for families.
Yeah, this morning, Melissa Dawn has the latest in showbiz and what's making headlines in Hollywood. So take a look.
You find Vecna, we end this once and for all. Together.
Stranger Things is coming to the big screen. Netflix has announced that the Stranger Things finale will screen in over 500 movie theaters across the U.S. and Canada from December 31st through January 1st. Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga's Die With a Smile is the #1 most popular song this year among YouTube subscribers. Bruno Mars also tops the list for most popular songs on Apple Music with singer Rosie and their hit APT. Amazon Music's list was unranked but included songs from K-pop Demon Hunters.
What a nice sunny day. Yeah, nice and sunny.
The stars of Bluey are coming to Disney parks and cruises next year. The real life-size characters Bluey and Bingo will be at Disneyland in March, Disney World in the summer, and also onboard select domestic Disney cruises. Disney is the parent company of ABC News. And before he was an Academy Award winner, he was saving us from The Mummy. Happy birthday to Brendan Fraser, who turns 57 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Melissa Dawn, ABC News.
Those Bluey appearances are going to make a lot of kids happy.
I bet so. Is that the new SpongeBob, would you say? Has it kind of like culturally overtaken?
I mean, it's been around for a bit. The kids are into it. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't have like kids in my life,
Yeah.
you know, like little cousins or little siblings. So Bluey's like it's a foreign concept to me.
Well, you should turn it on.
I should turn it on. I can learn a few things.
You can learn a few things.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you a Stranger Things fan?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me that it debuted like 10 years ago, in essence. So I'm excited for it to wrap up and to see how the Duffer Brothers wrap it up.
And that's going to be the end.
That's going to be the
that's
end.
It.
Yes.
Okay.
No more
comebacks. All right. So much for ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A familiar face stepping into a leadership role in Sunnyside. Now the hometown connection, she says, makes the moment so meaningful. Plus a holiday partnership helping seniors across the Tri-Cities. how one dealership is giving back again this season. It's all coming up in your next half hour at 5:30. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Samsung's new foldable 3-panel phone. The Galaxy Z Trifold has a 10-inch screen when fully extended. And if it's folded incorrectly, it starts to vibrate and shows an on-screen alert. It's expected to be released in the U.S. early next year. Next, it's the time of the year for annual music recaps, and Apple's Music Replay is now available. Stats about new artists you listen to and which ones you stayed with are new this year. It can also tell you how many artists you listened to and the list of songs you played the most. A big change is coming to crowdfunding platform Indiegogo. It's launching Express crowdfunding, which would allow creators to ship products sooner instead of waiting until their campaign is over. The platform's current policy is being blamed for shipping delays of a new gaming handheld. Now, those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance.
Please welcome Charles Woodson.
Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child. Checking Allstate first was really smart. Not checking the Jumbotron, not smart. Well, at least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds. Was it worth it? Yeah.
Hank used to suffer from what felt like a cold and flu hangover in the morning. Now he uses Mucinex Nighttime to sleep like he's not sick. It relieves your symptoms to help you get to sleep and won't ruin your morning, so you're ready to go. Mucinex Nighttime Symptom Relief. Sleep like you're not sick.
Are my 5 morning alarms a metaphor for everything else I'm putting on, like my laundry or my 768 unread texts?
I'm just your dermatologist. You don't want all of this showing up on your face. Try Hydro Boost.
Neutrogena, weightless hydration that goes deep.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, once again, talking about the possibility of some slick roads as you head out the door, and even some low visibility, and a mixture of both.
Yes, and freezing rains in the forecast, and flooding and winds, and so I've been a little Tasmanian devil over there.
You have been running around a little wild this morning.
Yeah, it's just, tis the season, right? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at those big weather stories. Patchy freezing fog for this morning and tomorrow morning, and that potential for freezing rain tomorrow morning and Friday morning. And then the wind gusts picking up for Friday and Friday night, especially for the Blue Foothills. And also from Thursday through Wednesday, there's going to be the potential for flooding in the Cascades. Model consensus for now is saying 6 to 8 inches of rain during that span. We'll see how that pans out. All right, for this morning, especially thick fog for the Blue Foothills and for the Blue Mountains, but it is trying to get into the Kittitas Valley, bad visibility from Manastash Ridge, and some of this is trying to stretch its way into the lower Columbia Basin as well. So in those areas, take it slow, use the low beams. Temperatures this morning are mostly below freezing, so most of this would be freezing fog. Just another reason to take it slow out there this morning as the roadways could be a little bit slick. I'm thinking for the most part, fog's going to lift around lunchtime, and after that we'll have a mostly cloudy and a cold day as high temperatures are going to struggle to make it out of the 30s once again for lower elevations, but maybe some more freezing fog coming back for tomorrow morning. It's a bit of a messier forecast, but we'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Josh, thanks so much. We start this half hour in Sunnyside, the city council welcoming a new member to the team, Leticia Zasati, now holding the city council District 1 seat, bringing a personal connection to her role. Born and raised in Sunnyside, she says that her journey feels like an emotional full circle. She proudly wore a remade version of her dad's 2001 campaign shirt at her swearing-in ceremony, a symbol of legacy and commitment. She says that her focus is clear. She plans to prioritize transparency, especially regarding the city's budget.
I want to be transparent, maybe hold community forums every, quarterly or something to let people know this is what's happening, this is where the money's going, this is how it's being spent. We need to have the community trust us again, and just work with the team. We need to work together, and like I said, again, to keep the community in mind.
Zasati isn't new to local leadership. She previously served on the Sunnyside School Board, continuing her dedication to the community that she calls home. Taking you to Yakima now at 5:35, where a new chapter of hope is unfolding as a $6 million grant is funding a medical detox center by Triumph Treatment Center, the first local facility of its kind. Yakima is facing a fentanyl crisis with rising overdose deaths and homelessness. Triumph Treatment Center plans to change that by opening a medically monitored detox center locally. Dr. Jamie Simmons says the facility will offer 24-hour nursing support, physicians on call, and medications to help patients safely withdraw and start recovery close to home. While focused on Yakima County residents, the center will welcome anyone in need. It all comes after months of community outreach and feasibility studies with the Yakima Valley Community Foundation confirming the urgent need.
It has been a barrier for people to access medical managed withdrawal here in their community. The nearest detox right now is 100 miles away. People have found that it has been a barrier to access medical withdrawal, and so this will provide access to withdrawal management right here in their community so that they can access treatment where they live.
Now, with funding secured, the center hopes to open within the next 18 to 24 months. In the meantime, efforts are underway to transport those in need to existing detox facilities until the new center is up and running. 5:36 now, and TC Futures in Kennewick says transportation used to be its biggest barrier to its work, but that's all changed, all thanks to a gift from Ben Franklin Transit. The organization helps youth who have opted out of high school get jobs, GEDs, and also apply to college. TC Futures is the latest recipient of BFT's Van Me Down program. It gives retired vans from the company's fleet to local organizations. TC Futures says the new van is going to be a big help.
We definitely will be using it for transportation to things like field trips, going out to pick them up to do things like go visit colleges, Heritage University, WSU, CBC, visiting businesses.
And this week marks another big milestone for TC Futures as it's celebrating its largest graduation class to date. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, we're talking sports and the opening night energy in Pasco as the Chiawana girls send a big message. Coming up after the break, we'll meet the young roster proving they're ready for anything this season. And giving you a live look outside this morning, this one from our Central Washington outdoor camera at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. Chilly start to your morning and the possibility of some fog settling in. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth is going to break down your forecast of what you can expect today as you head out the door. Coming up after the break.
Happy holidays from Apple Valley News Now.
Hold on to your hats and forget everything you knew about hats.
You got moves!
Ava, I want to start a fashion club.
Please, you bought that outfit at Build-A-Bear. You get out of my office.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Experience the magic at Country Mercantile's Holly Jolly Fest this December at our Richland location. Every Saturday and Sunday, December 6th through 21st, starting at 12 p.m. Bring the whole family for letters to Santa, live music, cookie decorating, and pictures with Santa. Free hot cocoa and train rides every weekend. Explore our gift shop for unique finds, from artisan chocolates to gourmet goodies, perfect for the season. Make your holidays holly and jolly at Country Mercantile's Fest.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Want your home or business to remain clean? Here to meet all your janitorial needs, R&S Janitorial Services. They have serviced the Valley for over 20 years, specialized in cleaning all offices and businesses to warehouses, commercial buildings, and more. R&S keeps the inside of your business or workplace clean and professional at all times. You keep doing what you do best and let R&S do the rest. Call R&S Janitorial Services at 509-840-7100 today.
Ellensburg is a great place to visit all year long. Let's talk with some local businesses. This is Ellensburg.
I'm Megan West, owner of Claim Clothing in downtown Ellensburg. Claim Clothing is a store located in our downtown core of Ellensburg, Washington. There is something happening all year long in Ellensburg.
Ellensburg is awesome. We have a great community, we've got a university, and you've got a huge community of locals and outdoor enthusiasts.
You've got great restaurants and wine, and yeah, there's a lot to do downtown in Ellensburg.
Hold on to your hats and forget everything you knew about hats. You got moves! Ava, I want to start a fashion club.
Please, you bought that outfit at Build-A-Bear. You get out of my office.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yes, we have freezing fog out there for this morning and maybe a little bit patchier in nature for tomorrow morning as that storm system approaches. That always tends to throw a wrench in the fog forecast. But for this morning, much more widespread. We're thinking most of it's probably going to lift around midday. And then for tonight, coming back, and this is what model consensus says, coming back pretty early in the Walla Walla Valley after 6 p.m. and then after 11 p.m. in the Yakima Valley after midnight in the Kittitas Valley. Then for tomorrow, with that warmer air coming in from the south, that has the tendency to place fog in the Blue Foothills, but model consensus is also picking up on some fog in the Kittitas Valley. I'll caveat this by saying fog around this time of the year, especially with an approaching storm system, is very finicky to forecast for. Today's forecast highs, a much easier forecast, 30s and 40s for lower elevations, and overnight lows down mostly into the 20s. Could have a few low 30s in the Walla Walla Valley. High temperatures are going to feel unrecognizable by the time we get to this weekend. Here's what it's going to feel like in the Yakima Valley. So about a 10 to 15 degree jump up in temperatures from Thursday to Saturday, and we'll stay in the low to mid 50s at that point, staying at about 10-ish degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. And with that warm front passing towards the end of the work week, that means that wind gust is going to pick up 20 to 45 miles per hour across the map Friday and Friday night. For now, it looks like the strongest gusts are going to be in the Blue Foothills. But that is just scratching the surface. We'll talk about that chance for freezing rain over the next couple mornings coming up in a few minutes.
All right, 5:42, talking sports now this morning. The high school basketball season has officially started, and one of those teams beginning their year is the Chiawana girls basketball squad.
Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable captured the team's win to start their new season.
The Chiawana Riverhawks hosted Post Falls, Idaho on opening night and made a statement with a 72-34 win.
Chiawana comes off of a trip to the quarterfinals of the state tournament last year and starts this year off with a big win.
You want to get the first one out of the way, obviously, as quickly as you can, right? And you get kind of the jitters out. A whole new group for us this year. We graduated a bunch of seniors that were really talented, high-level players. 4 of them were playing college basketball, so we kind of knew there might be some early jitters taking that floor for the first time, but our kids responded well.
One of 2 seniors on the team is Central Washington University commit Bailey Maldonado. She led all players in scoring with 19 points and hit 3 3-pointers.
We're definitely a new team than last year, and so putting the pieces together, and we got out there and we showed some of our things that, that some of our girls have put in the work in, so I'm glad that we put it all together and we got the win. That's the most important thing.
Started a couple of sophomores today, a couple of freshmen, and Bailey, and yeah, they're a really talented group. They're fun to be around. They do a great job in the classroom. They do a great job in this building. I couldn't be more proud of coaching these girls.
One of several younger players that stepped up in the win was Braylon Foster. The sophomore added 11 points as she steps into an expanded role this season.
I think we did great. We still have a lot of things to work on with only 2.5 weeks of practice, but other than that, I think we did great as a team. We had a lot of, we all cheered each other up when we were down, and we just played great.
The Riverhawks may have graduated a lot of seniors from last year's team, but that doesn't look like it will stop them from trying to repeat last year's success. In Pasco, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
And boys and girls basketball teams around the Pacific Northwest will be playing from now until March.
And for Chiawana, their next game comes against Prosser on Friday.
All right, go sports.
Go sports.
Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And giving you a live look outside from our Central Washington outdoor camera at the rodeo grounds in Ellensburg. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth is going to be back with your full first alert forecast, talking possibility of some freezing rain as you head out the door this morning. We're back right after the break.
This is Apple Valley Eats.
Ready to shake up your dining experience? Legends Casino Hotel has something for every taste. At Lucky Shots Coffee Bar, it's more than just coffee. Frothy lattes, bold espressos, hearty sandwiches, desserts, and more. Lucky Shots has a winning hand of flavors any time of the day. Join us for our full-service menu, or dive into our legendary buffet options, including our salad bar and a variety of desserts that will have you coming back for seconds. Explore the newly updated food court with so many choices to satisfy your craving. At Fortune's, savor a customized crab boil fit for a king, queen, or joker with all the extras. Try the crab boil with one of our specialty sauces, big enough to share, but don't be slow with your fork. This is good eating. Burger lovers, head to Legendary Burgers, try the Mount Adams, or go classic with fries and a Huckleberry shake. Craving pizza, pasta, and more? Creations has you covered. After that custom-made pizza pie, don't forget dessert. You just gotta try our house-made cannoli. For authentic Mexican-style cooking, Madre's Mexican Kitchen is a must. With fresh homemade tortillas and savory sauces, you will not be disappointed. Try our enchiladas, street tacos, or something new to you. Madre's is sure to bring it home. Whether you're here to dine or unwind, Legends Casino Hotel has a world of exciting flavors waiting for you. Bring your appetite, your friends and family, and let the culinary journey begin.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
At Consumer Reports,
we're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Eagles, Chargers, Monday Night Football at 5. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have the potential for freezing rain tomorrow morning and Friday morning. So we'll go ahead and show you the atmospheric setup behind that. You have this big snaking temperature boundary. It's a warm front, it's a cold front, kind of depends on which part of it you're talking about, but eventually all of this is going to slide down into the Pacific Northwest and it will kickstart some more active weather. So let's go ahead and show you how it all goes down with Futurecast radar. Overnight and into the wee hours of the morning on Thursday, that's when precip chances start for the Cascades spreading down into the valleys. Futurecast has this as rain. Just know this could be freezing rain. It could also be freezing rain for the basin and into the foothills later in the morning. And then by lunchtime, still dealing with wet weather across the map. And as we head into the evening, looks like we'll get another round, especially after midnight, that is going to impact the entire region. And I'm thinking for Friday morning, probably the best chances of freezing rain are going to be in the valleys as opposed to the rest of the region. But we'll show you some of those potential accumulations in just a second. And there's definitely more active weather to go after that. Here are the precip chances for tomorrow in Yakima, and it looks like the freezing rain is going to start after 1 a.m. and it's going to end before 10 a.m. So that's going to be the main time frame. Have to take that morning commute slow, and then rain chances likely going to peak around midday. A little bit drier after that, but then maybe some more freezing rain for Thursday night into Friday morning. Here are some of the freezing rain accumulations we're expecting from 4 a.m. on Thursday to 8 a.m. on Friday. Maybe a little glaze for the Yakima Valley, maybe a little bit more than that for Interstate 90 in Grant and Adams counties. And then in terms of snowfall totals from 4 a.m. tomorrow morning to 10 p.m. tomorrow night, maybe 4 inches for Oregon 204. It doesn't look like we're going to get much snow from this round, but many more chances for rain after this. And in fact, so much rain for the Cascades that there's a little bit of a flooding potential from Thursday through Wednesday. This is what Model Consensus is saying for now, 6 to 8 inches of rainfall in the Cascades, over 2 inches for the Blues. But yeah, around those smaller streams, around those fresh burn scars, that's where we could have that localized potential for flooding. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Freezing fog for this morning, then the potential for freezing rain tomorrow morning. In Yakima, we'll have the potential for freezing rain Thursday and Friday morning, and it's going to be the same thing in the Kittitas Valley as well. In Hermiston, freezing fog this morning. Again, maybe some slick roads for tomorrow morning, and then quite windy for Friday. We'll talk about that some more in the next half hour. And then for Walla Walla, kind of the same cycle. Freezing fog for this morning, freezing rain for tomorrow morning, at least the chance of it, and then a lot of wet weather after that.
Now, the morning sprint.
It is 5:51, time for your morning sprint, and we start with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Class in the Moses Lake School District once again canceled today as educators continue to strike. The district says that they are reviewing a new proposal from the Educators Association, but teachers want to keep their current contract and the professional development opportunities included in it, and the district says that they're not able to do that. Instead, they're offering an inflation-adjusted raise for the 26-27 school year. Negotiations are happening daily. District says classes will resume once both sides reach a deal. And Pasco police are asking for your help identifying a man found dead along the Columbia River near Schlegel Park. He was found last year on September 24th. Detectives say there were no signs of trauma, but the man did have a cervical fixation implant in his neck. He's described as 5'7", about 150 pounds, reddish gray beard and short brown hair. He's believed to be in his 30s or 40s. Anyone who might have information or know who this is asked to contact Pasco police. And taking you to Sunnyside, where Leticia Zestasi is now serving on the city council, filling the District 1 seat. Born and raised in the community, she wore a recreated version of her father's 2001 campaign shirt during her swearing in, a tribute to her family's legacy. She says that she plans to prioritize transparency, especially around the city budget, and she is no stranger to local leadership, previously serving on the Sunnyside School Board. And Mid-Columbia Meals on Wheels has again been selected as the hometown charity for Subaru's Share the Love event at McCurley Subaru in Pasco. So between now and January 2nd, car buyers can choose Meals on Wheels as their charity, directing $200 from Subaru and an additional $75 from McCurley to the nonprofit. The long-running partnership helps fund hundreds of holiday gift bags for local seniors each year. And in honor of Giving Tuesday, United Way of Benton and Franklin counties is asking for support as community needs continue to rise. They've been connecting with donors, sharing how contributions help fund programs like early childhood education, food security, and housing assistance. United Way says every dollar stays local and supports partner nonprofits across both counties. United Way is also investing in long-term efforts, including financial stability programs and early learning. 5:53 in your national headlines this morning. The Trump administration pausing immigration applications for individuals from 19 countries. According to a policy memo from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, the 19 countries were facing travel restrictions to the U.S. under a presidential proclamation issued in June. They include Afghanistan, Iran, Somalia, Venezuela, and Cuba. The memo also places a hold on all asylum applications, regardless of one's nationality, pending a comprehensive review. It comes just days after one National Guard member was killed, another critically wounded in a shooting in Washington, D.C. 5:53 in your business headlines this morning. The FAA is warning major airlines about possible violations during the government shutdown. Trump administration began limiting flights on 40 major airports on November 7th, and officials said the cuts were needed to ease pressure on air traffic controllers working without pay. Now, in new letters sent to the airlines, the FAA said some carriers may have exceeded those limits. Violations could bring fines up to $75,000 per flight. The agency did not say which carriers received the letters. It only said that it is investigating whether certain airlines followed the emergency order. In your your health headlines at 5:54. The Food and Drug Administration says faulty glucose monitors have been linked to at least 7 deaths and more than 700 serious injuries across the globe. The problems are with roughly 3 million Freestyle Libre 3 and Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensors. Abbott Diabetes Care says it has resolved the problem with those products, but the FDA says ones that were previously purchased should not be used. Incorrect readings can cause people to improperly deal with treatment with potential dire consequences. Sports headlines at 5:55. Tuesday was day 2 of the federal antitrust trial against NASCAR in Charlotte, North Carolina. Lawsuit was brought by Front Row Motorsports and 23XI Racing Team, which is co-owned by Michael Jordan. They are accusing NASCAR, which is the major sanctioning body for pro stock car racing, of restraining fair competition and violating the Sherman Antitrust Act. One of the first people on the stand was NASCAR driver Denny Hamlin, who also co-owns 23XI. He repeatedly called NASCAR a monopoly on the stand and said it was time for a change in the sport. The trial is expected to last at least 2 weeks. All right, trending this morning. In northeast Missouri, a snowy spectacle is stopping traffic and turning heads.
Yeah, this isn't your average front yard snowman. Check it out. This guy, he's known as Bob. It towers over the neighborhood at a whopping 17 feet, 2 inches tall, with a base measuring 27 feet around. Bob was built in Kirksville by a small army of family and neighbors.
My name's Bob. That's funny. So they spent nearly 3 hours stacking the massive snowballs, filling in the gaps, and hoisting everything into place. The crew used tall ladders, even a truck to assemble the giant, and topped him off with a 50-gallon trash can for a hat. They must have got a lot of snow to be able to build that kind of snowman.
I truly believe
and still
it.
see snow on the ground.
Yeah, I truly believe it had to be an army of family and friends and neighbors. But
that gets heavy.
Yeah, I think kind of like a little side quest there is they should have bets on like when is Bob gone. I'm thinking Bob's not going to be gone until March, April, you know?
I mean, depending on how cold it stays there.
It's true.
Yeah. Bob could be around for a while.
Yeah, people
hope the neighbors don't mind.
Yeah, some bookkeepers could make some money off of that with Bob.
Yeah. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, more details on a long-requested resource for addiction treatment finally moving forward. Coming up, how a new detox center could change access to care. Plus, a familiar holiday sound with a very unexpected twist. How one unlikely volunteer is drawing crowds and spreading cheer across the Colorado community. And giving you that live look outside from right here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. Things not looking too bad right there, Josh, but I know that's not the case everywhere.
Yeah, and that could definitely change a little bit later this morning.
That's the fun about forecasting fog, you said.
Oh man, I love it. It makes my ticker go. So we will talk about fog and freezing rain and the potential for flooding and warmer temperatures and winds.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Yes, all of that. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.